Ladies and gentlemen, in the journey of life, there will be moments when you face disrespect, whether from strangers, colleagues, or even those close to you. In such moments, the way you respond determines your strength, wisdom, and character. When someone disrespects you, the instinctive reaction might be to argue, defend yourself, or even retaliate with similar negativity. But pause and consider this. Does engaging in a battle of words elevate you, or does it bring you down to their level? True wisdom lies in restraint. Silence in the face of disrespect is not a weakness, but a shield. It keeps your dignity intact and prevents you from acting out of impulse. Silence sends a powerful message. It refuses to give unnecessary attention to negativity. Disrespect is often a reflection of the one who delivers it, not the one who receives it. A wise person understands this and does not let another's poor behavior dictate their own. Instead of engaging, they choose to rise above. This does not mean silence in the face of injustice. It means knowing when a response is needed and when silence speaks louder than words. Your energy is valuable. Use it where it truly matters, where it creates growth and positivity. So, the next time someone disrespects you, remember, you have the power to choose your reaction. And sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence speaks volumes, and in it, wisdom is found. Silence, often misunderstood as a sign of weakness or submission, is one of the most powerful tools available in response to disrespect. It is an intentional choice, a demonstration of self-control, and a reflection of wisdom. When faced with disrespect, the natural human instinct is to defend oneself, to retaliate, or to demand an apology. However, responding impulsively to disrespect can often escalate the situation, causing more harm than good. Choosing silence is not about ignoring the situation. Rather, it is about asserting dominance in a way that is not aggressive but deeply impactful. When a person disrespects you, they often seek a reaction. Their words or actions are intended to provoke, to pull you into a state of frustration, anger, or insecurity. By staying quiet, you deny them the reaction they are looking for. This frustrates the offender more than any counter-argument could. It sends a clear message. Their words hold no power over you. When someone sees that their insult or rudeness has no effect on you, they begin to question their own behavior. Silence creates a mirror in which the disrespectful person sees their negativity reflected back at them. Beyond frustrating the offender, silence also protects your own peace of mind. Reacting to disrespect emotionally can drain energy, lead to unnecessary stress, and cloud judgment. Words spoken in anger are often regretted later. By remaining quiet, you allow yourself time to process the situation rationally. You give yourself the space to decide whether a response is even necessary. In many cases, responding is not about proving who is right, but about proving who is wise enough to not engage in negativity. Another important aspect of silence is the sense of self-respect it fosters. When you refuse to engage in unnecessary arguments, you demonstrate confidence and control over your emotions. People who react aggressively to disrespect often do so out of insecurity, as they feel the need to prove themselves. However, a person who is truly secure in their self-worth does not need to react to every insult or slight. They understand that their value is not determined by the words of others. When you stay quiet after disrespect, you reinforce to yourself that you are above such negativity. Your self-worth remains intact, because it is not dependent on external validation. Silence also serves as a means of observation. When you do not react immediately to disrespect, you gain the opportunity to observe the other person's behavior more closely. You can assess their intentions, their motivations, and their patterns. Are they disrespecting you out of ignorance, insecurity, or malice? Understanding this allows you to determine the best course of action moving forward. If the disrespect is coming from a place of misunderstanding, silence provides you with the patience to address the situation with clarity later. If it is coming from a place of hostility, silence gives you the wisdom to walk away without being dragged into negativity. In professional and social settings, silence in the face of disrespect can be even more powerful. A calm, composed response, or the complete absence of one, demonstrates maturity and emotional intelligence. Imagine being in a workplace where a colleague belittles you in front of others. Reacting defensively or angrily might escalate the tension and make you appear emotionally volatile. However, if you maintain composure and do not react, it not only disarms the disrespectful person, but also earns you the respect of those observing the situation. People are drawn to those who exhibit grace under pressure. Choosing silence does not mean suppressing emotions or allowing disrespect to continue indefinitely. It simply means knowing when a response is necessary and when it is not. There are situations where standing up for oneself is important, but not every instance of disrespect requires confrontation. Some battles are best won by refusing to fight them at all. Silence, when used wisely, can be a form of quiet resistance. It can shift power dynamics, allowing the person who remains composed to maintain control of the situation. It is a way of communicating without words, expressing self-assurance, inner strength, and wisdom. It sets an example for others and establishes boundaries without the need for aggression. Ultimately, the power of silence in the face of disrespect lies in its ability to demonstrate self-mastery. It is a response that prioritizes long-term wisdom over short-term emotion. It allows you to walk away with dignity while leaving the disrespectful person to reflect on their own behavior. In a world where people are quick to react and defend, the ability to remain silent in the right moments is a mark of true strength. Silence is not weakness. It is a conscious choice, a sign of self-respect, and a testament to the power of inner peace. Self-respect is one of the most valuable qualities a person can possess, and it is often tested in moments of disrespect. When someone speaks to you harshly, belittles you, or challenges your worth, the immediate reaction might be to defend yourself, argue, or prove them wrong. However, reacting impulsively to disrespect often leads to a cycle of negativity where you find yourself drained, frustrated, and emotionally unsettled. Choosing not to react in such situations is not about allowing others to walk over you. Rather, it is a profound act of self-respect that communicates strength and wisdom. When you react emotionally to disrespect, you are, in a way, giving the other person power over you. They have managed to disturb your peace, dictate your emotions, and force you into a defensive position. A person with self-respect does not allow others to control their reactions. They understand that their worth is not determined by someone else's words or behavior. Instead of engaging in an unnecessary battle, they rise above it, knowing that true confidence does not require external validation. Walking away or staying silent in the face of disrespect is not an act of surrender. It is an assertion of dignity. People often disrespect others for two main reasons. Either they feel insecure themselves and try to bring others down, or they seek to provoke a reaction. In both cases, engaging with them only gives them what they want. If someone insults you or challenges your credibility, they expect you to react, to defend yourself, or to retaliate with similar negativity. By refusing to engage, you show them that their words have no power over you. This not only preserves your peace of mind, but also shifts the dynamic of the interaction. The person who maintains control over their emotions always holds the greater power in any situation. When you choose self-respect over reaction, you also demonstrate emotional maturity. Responding to disrespect with anger or frustration often leads to regret. Words spoken in the heat of the moment can damage relationships, reputations, and inner peace. A wise person understands that not every insult or provocation deserves a response. They know that silence and composure can sometimes be more powerful than any words. This level of restraint is not easy to achieve, but it is a mark of true self-respect and emotional intelligence. Maintaining self-respect also means recognizing that your time and energy are too valuable to be wasted on those who do not appreciate them. Engaging in arguments or trying to prove yourself to someone who does not respect you is often a futile effort. People who habitually disrespect others are rarely interested in genuine conversation or understanding. Their goal is to assert dominance or provoke a reaction. Instead of wasting your energy on them, it is better to invest in personal growth, meaningful relationships, and environments that uplift you. Walking away from such situations does not mean you are weak. It means you value yourself enough to not engage in unnecessary conflict. Choosing self-respect over reaction also has a lasting impact on how others perceive you. In professional and social settings, people take note of those who handle difficult situations with grace. A person who can remain composed in the face of disrespect earns the admiration of others. They are seen as strong, wise, and emotionally grounded. On the other hand, those who react aggressively or defensively often lose credibility. People remember how you handle challenges, and demonstrating self-respect in difficult situations strengthens your reputation as someone who is confident and unshaken by negativity. This approach does not mean ignoring all forms of disrespect. There are times when it is necessary to set boundaries and address mistreatment. However, the key is knowing when to respond and how to do so in a way that maintains your dignity. Responding with calmness and clarity rather than anger ensures that you are in control of the situation rather than being controlled by your emotions. Sometimes the most effective way to address disrespect is not through immediate confrontation, but through actions that reinforce your self-worth and show that you will not tolerate mistreatment. Ultimately, self-respect is about understanding your own worth and refusing to let others dictate how you feel or react. It is about choosing peace over unnecessary conflict and confidence over insecurity. A person who respects themselves does not need to prove their value to anyone. They carry it within themselves. On the same subject, we have bullet point B. Ultimately, self-respect is about understanding what inhuman, deceit, whatever other. When faced with disrespect, they do not lower themselves to the level of negativity. Instead, they rise above it, knowing that their dignity is far more important than winning an argument. By choosing not to react, they protect their inner peace and command the respect of those around them. Energy is one of the most valuable resources a person has, yet it is often wasted on things that do not contribute to growth or well-being. When faced with disrespect, the immediate impulse is to react, to defend oneself, or to retaliate with equal force. However, engaging in every conflict, argument, or disagreement drains energy that could be better spent elsewhere. Understanding the importance of conserving energy means recognizing that not every situation requires a response. In many cases, choosing silence or walking away is not an act of submission, but a conscious decision to protect one's mental and emotional well-being. Disrespect, in its many forms, often comes from individuals who thrive on conflict. Some people provoke others intentionally, either to assert dominance, satisfy their ego, or project their own frustrations onto someone else. Others are simply careless with their words and actions, unaware of the impact they have. In moments of disrespect, it is important to ask, is this worth my energy? Will responding to this person change their mindset? Will engaging in this argument improve my life in any meaningful way? More often than not, the answer is no. People who are set in their ways, who disrespect others habitually, are unlikely to change because of a single argument. Trying to prove yourself to someone who is not willing to listen only results in frustration. Instead of using energy to fight meaningless battles, it is wiser to redirect it toward things that bring peace, progress, and fulfillment. Emotional energy is like a bank account. If you spend it recklessly, you will find yourself drained, exhausted, and unable to invest in the things that truly matter. Engaging in constant arguments, allowing negativity to occupy your thoughts, and holding on to resentment are ways of depleting this valuable resource. On the other hand, choosing silence and detachment in unnecessary conflicts is a way of preserving energy. Ensures that you have enough emotional strength to focus on the things that truly deserve your attention, your ambitions, your well-being, and the people who genuinely respect and support you. There is also great wisdom in observing before reacting. When faced with disrespect, taking a moment of silence before responding allows you to evaluate whether the situation is worth engaging in. It gives you the power to choose your response rather than reacting impulsively. Many people regret the things they say in the heat of the moment, but no one ever regrets staying composed. By not giving immediate reactions to every insult or rude remark, you give yourself time to reflect and decide the best course of action. This practice not only conserves energy, but also strengthens emotional intelligence. Some conflicts are unavoidable, and there are times when addressing disrespect is necessary. However, even in these situations, responding calmly and strategically is more effective than reacting emotionally. People who manage their energy wisely know when to speak and when to remain silent. They do not waste their breath trying to change the opinions of those who are committed to misunderstanding them. Instead, they let their actions, success, and character speak louder than words. A well-lived life is the best response to those who try to bring you down. Choosing to conserve energy by not engaging in every act of disrespect also sends a powerful message to others. It shows that you are in control of your emotions, that you value yourself too much to be dragged into meaningless conflicts. People who carry themselves with calm confidence earn the respect of those around them. They become known for their composure and wisdom rather than for reacting emotionally to every slight or insult. Over time, this builds a strong, unshakable presence that cannot be easily disturbed by negativity. Life is too short to spend energy on things that do not contribute to growth and happiness. Every moment spent arguing with someone who does not respect you is a moment lost that could have been used to create, learn, love, and grow. It is not a sign of weakness to walk away from negativity. It is a sign of strength. It takes discipline to remain silent in the face of provocation, to choose peace over conflict, and to save energy for things that truly matter. The most powerful individuals are not those who fight every battle, but those who know which battles are worth fighting. By choosing to conserve your energy instead of reacting to every act of disrespect, you take control of your own well-being, ensuring that your time and effort are spent on things that bring true fulfillment and success. Actions speak louder than words, and one of the most effective ways to influence others is by leading through example. When faced with disrespect, many people instinctively react with anger, frustration, or defensiveness. However, responding with grace and composure sets a higher standard, showing others that there is a better way to handle negativity. Those who maintain their dignity in difficult situations teach by example, demonstrating emotional intelligence, self-control, and inner strength. Then there are courages. People are always observing, even when it may not seem like it. Friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers take note of how someone responds to disrespect. If you retaliate with harsh words, you reinforce the idea that conflict should be met with more conflict. But when you stay silent or respond with calmness, you show that negativity does not have to dictate your behavior. This approach not only earns respect, but also encourages others to adopt similar attitudes in their own lives. Children, in particular, learn by watching the behavior of adults. If they see their parents or role models responding to disrespect with aggression, they will grow up believing that this is the correct response. However, if they see a mature, measured response, they will internalize the value of self-control. In a world that often rewards loud, impulsive reactions, setting the example of patience and restraint is a rare but powerful lesson. Choosing to handle disrespect with grace does not mean allowing others to mistreat you. It means understanding that dignity is maintained not by loud reactions, but by thoughtful responses. People who consistently react with composure and self-respect show that they are in control of their emotions rather than being controlled by them. Over time, this earns the admiration of those around them, creating a ripple effect of positivity and wisdom. Additionally, teaching by example influences not only individuals, but entire environments. In workplaces, social circles, and communities, those who embody patience and restraint set the tone for interactions. They create a culture where respect is valued and unnecessary conflicts are minimized. When people see that one can respond to rudeness with composure and intelligence, they begin to rethink their own reactions. They start to realize that strength is not about overpowering others with words, but about mastering one's own emotions. People often remember how they were treated, especially in moments of tension. Someone who expected a negative reaction, but was met with grace and silence, will reflect on their own behavior. They may not change immediately, but they will remember the unexpected strength of calmness. Sometimes the most powerful lesson is the one that is not spoken, but demonstrated through action. When someone disrespects you, it is easy to take it personally, to believe that their words or actions are a reflection of your worth. However, the truth is that disrespect says far more about the person delivering it than the person receiving it. A person who belittles, insults, or undermines others is revealing their own insecurities, frustrations, and lack of emotional control. Understanding this shifts the perspective, making it easier to detach emotionally from the situation. People who are truly confident and secure in themselves do not feel the need to put others down. They uplift, encourage, and treat people with kindness, regardless of the circumstances. On the other hand, those who habitually disrespect others often do so because of their own unresolved issues. Perhaps they have experienced pain, rejection, or failure, and recognizing this helps to depersonalize their words and actions, making it easier to not take offense. When you react strongly to disrespect, you validate the other person's attempt to provoke you. They wanted a reaction, and by giving them one, you have given them control over your emotions. However, when you remain unaffected, you expose the truth. Their words have no real power. The person who tries to bring others down ultimately lowers themselves, while the person who remains composed rises above. It is also important to remember that many people disrespect others without realizing it. Some individuals lack awareness of how their words and actions affect those around them. They may have been raised in environments where rudeness was normal, or they may simply lack the emotional intelligence to communicate respectfully. In such cases, responding with anger does not educate them. It only escalates the situation. Instead, setting boundaries through calm, measured responses can sometimes help them recognize their own behavior. Over time, people who rely on disrespect to assert themselves find that their influence weakens. Others begin to see them for who they truly are, individuals who lack confidence, wisdom, or kindness. Meanwhile, those who handle disrespect with grace gain greater respect from those who observe their response. Strength is not in reacting to every insult, but in knowing when to let go and move forward without allowing negativity to take root. Silence in the face of disrespect is not about passivity. It is about choosing the most effective response. Reacting immediately and emotionally often leads to regret, whereas taking a moment to reflect allows for a more thoughtful approach. A wise person understands that words, once spoken, cannot be taken back, and they choose their responses carefully. A thoughtful response does not necessarily mean confronting the other person directly. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Walking away from a disrespectful interaction sends a powerful message. The person's words are not worth your time or energy. Other times, a simple but firm statement can set a boundary without escalating the conflict. The key is to respond in a way that aligns with self-respect and long-term wisdom rather than short-term emotions. When deciding how to respond, it is useful to consider the impact. Will your response lead to a productive outcome, or will it simply prolong the negativity? Will it educate the other person, or will it fuel their desire for conflict? Taking time to reflect on these questions prevents unnecessary arguments and helps maintain a sense of inner peace. Another powerful aspect of a thoughtful response is the ability to rise above the situation. People expect retaliation when they are disrespectful. They do not expect calmness and composure. When someone remains unshaken by negativity, it leaves a lasting impression. It shows strength, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Over time, this approach earns respect and admiration from those who witness it. Each time you choose self-control over impulse, you strengthen your ability to navigate difficult situations with wisdom. You become more resilient, more emotionally grounded, and more in control of your own life. This habit of thoughtful responses extends beyond moments of disrespect. It enhances all aspects of communication, leading to better relationships, greater confidence, and a more peaceful mind. The power of a thoughtful response lies in its ability to protect dignity, conserve energy, and foster wisdom. Whether through silence, measured words, or strategic detachment, responding with intention rather than emotion transforms the way one handles challenges. In a world filled with unnecessary conflict, those who master this skill stand out as individuals of true strength and wisdom. The key to handling disrespect with wisdom lies in self-control, self-respect, and emotional intelligence. Reacting impulsively to negativity drains energy and gives power to those who seek to provoke a response. Instead, choosing silence or a thoughtful response demonstrates inner strength and maturity. Leading by example teaches others how to handle conflicts with dignity, fostering a culture of respect. Disrespect is often a reflection of the speaker's insecurities rather than the target's worth, making it essential not to take it personally. A well-considered response, or sometimes no response at all, protects one's peace and reinforces true confidence. Ultimately, rising above negativity ensures that energy is spent on growth, meaningful relationships, and personal success rather than unnecessary conflict.